The NFL world was absolutely rocked today as the Dallas Cowboys made an acquisition that is sure to be talked about for years to come. In a move that shocked fans, analysts, and teams alike, the Cowboys have pulled off a trade for none other than Aaron Rodgers, the future Hall of Famer and one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. That's right, after spending his entire career with the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers is now a Dallas Cowboy. This move instantly reshapes the entire NFL landscape, and Dallas fans are already buzzing with excitement. The news broke this morning, and it took only minutes for it to go viral across all sports platforms and social media. Rodgers, who has long been synonymous with Green Bay, will now wear the iconic blue and silver of America's team. For years, fans and analysts alike speculated about the future of Rodgers, especially given his on-again, off-again relationship with the Packers organization. Many believed that Rodgers might spend his entire career with the Packers, but that was before today. The details of the trade are still coming in, but it is clear that the Cowboys sent over a significant package to Green Bay, including multiple first-round draft picks and a mix of young players, in exchange for Rodgers. The impact of this trade is monumental not only for the Cowboys but also for the entire NFL. For the Cowboys, this is a move that feels long overdue. Dallas has had its fair share of quarterbacks over the years, but none have been able to carry the team to the Super Bowl. Dak Prescott has been solid for the Cowboys, but despite his talent, the Cowboys have consistently fallen short in the postseason, often unable to get past the NFC Championship or even make deep playoff runs. Prescott, while capable, has never been able to consistently perform at the level of an elite quarterback like Rodgers. And that's where the excitement for Cowboys fans lies. Rodgers is a game-changer. He is a proven winner, a Super Bowl champion, a multiple-time MVP, and a player who can single-handedly elevate any team. The Cowboys have an incredibly talented roster, particularly on defense, with players like Micah Parsons, who is emerging as one of the league's top young stars, and Trayvon Diggs, who has developed into a lockdown corner. With these players and a much improved offense, adding a quarterback of Rodgers' caliber makes the Cowboys an instant Super Bowl contender. Imagine a scenario where Rodgers is under center, orchestrating the offense with weapons like CeeDee Lamb, one of the league's rising stars at wide receiver, and Tony Pollard, who has shown flashes of brilliance at running back. Rodgers' accuracy and ability to make all the throws, combined with a solid offensive line and dynamic playmakers at his disposal, will give the Cowboys an edge that few teams can match. This is the kind of acquisition that propels a team from being a contender to being a legitimate Super Bowl favorite. It's not just about adding a big name to the roster, it's about adding a quarterback who has been there and done that, who can handle the pressure of big games and lead his team to the promised land. Cowboys fans have been waiting for this moment for a long time, and the idea of seeing Rodgers in a Cowboys uniform is enough to get anyone excited. The potential of this offense with Rodgers at the helm is simply mind-blowing. But while the excitement for Cowboys fans is palpable, the Packers' side of the trade is equally interesting. After all, Aaron Rodgers has been the face of the franchise for over a decade, and his departure marks the end of an era in Green Bay. Rodgers was drafted by the Packers in 2005, and over the course of his career, he has led the team to countless victories, including a Super Bowl win in 2010 and multiple MVP awards. He's been the constant in Green Bay while the Packers have cycled through coaches and had mixed results in terms of postseason success. Now, with Rodgers gone, the Packers are clearly entering a rebuilding phase. While the return for Rodgers is significant multiple first-round picks and talented young players, the reality is that Green Bay is moving on from one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. In many ways, this trade represents a shifting of gears for the Packers. For one, it makes clear that the Packers are all in on Jordan Love, the quarterback they drafted in the first round of the 2020 NFL Draft. Love has shown glimpses of potential during his limited playing time, but now he will have to take over as the full-time starter. The Packers will hope that Love can develop into the next great quarterback in Green Bay, but it's going to be a huge adjustment for the team. Rodgers has been the standard for excellence at the position for so long that transitioning away from him will require a period of recalibration. But the Packers have invested a lot in Love, and now it's his time to prove that he's capable of leading this team. While the Packers' future might look uncertain for now, they have a solid group of young players and draft picks that should allow them to rebuild quickly. Moving forward, the Packers will likely focus on building around Love and continuing to develop their roster. It's not going to be easy for Green Bay, but if they play their cards right, they could be competitive again sooner than expected. As for the NFC North, this trade has major implications. The Packers have been the class of the division for years, with Rodgers leading them to numerous division titles. But with Rodgers leaving, it opens the door for teams like the Minnesota Vikings, Detroit Lions, and Chicago Bears to step up and challenge for dominance in the NFC North. The Packers' loss is going to be a tough pill to swallow for fans, but it could be the spark that the division needs to shake things up. Now, let's talk about the rest of the NFC and how this move impacts the playoff picture. The NFC has always been a competitive conference, and this trade makes it even more difficult to predict who will come out on top. The Philadelphia Eagles, with their dynamic offense and MVP-caliber quarterback Jalen Hurts, will be facing stiff competition now that the Cowboys have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Hurts and Rodgers could find themselves as two of the top contenders for the MVP award next season, and if the Cowboys and Eagles meet in the postseason, it will be one of the most talked about matchups in years. The San Francisco 49ers, too, will have their hands full with the addition of Rodgers to the NFC. The 49ers have one of the most well-rounded teams in the league, with an elite defense and a dynamic offense. But now that the Cowboys have Rodgers, they are undoubtedly one of the teams to beat in the NFC. The same goes for the Los Angeles Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both teams have veteran quarterbacks, but adding Rodgers into the mix changes everything. The Cowboys are now in the conversation with all of the top teams in the NFC, and the path to the Super Bowl is going to be a lot more difficult for everyone else. The trade also has a huge ripple effect across the NFL as a whole. Teams that were already in the hunt for a quarterback, like the Las Vegas Raiders and the New York Jets, will now be even more aggressive in their pursuit of a solution at the position. With Rodgers now off the market, there will be even more competition for top-tier quarterbacks, and this could shake up the league in unexpected ways. The Cowboys, however, have positioned themselves perfectly for the future. This is a team that already had a talented roster, and with Rodgers at the helm, they now have a quarterback who can make them Super Bowl contenders for the foreseeable future. It's a bold move by Jerry Jones, who has been under pressure to deliver a championship for the Cowboys. With this trade, he sent a clear message that he's willing to do whatever it takes to win. But as much as the trade makes the Cowboys a Super Bowl favorite, it also puts a target on their back. Other teams in the NFC will be gunning for them, and the pressure will be on Rodgers to deliver in a way he never has before. He's now playing for a team that expects nothing less than a championship, and the spotlight will be even brighter than ever before. The expectations in Dallas are sky high, and anything less than a Super Bowl appearance will likely be seen as a failure. In the end, though, this trade will be remembered as one of the biggest moves in NFL history. Aaron Rodgers joining the Dallas Cowboys is a seismic shift in the landscape of professional football. It's a move that will change the trajectory of both the Cowboys and the Packers for years to come. Cowboys fans are already dreaming of Super Bowls, while Packers fans are left to wonder what the future holds for their team. Regardless of how it all plays out, one thing is clear: the NFL has just been turned upside down, and it will never be the same again.